Guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Jasmine and you're watching Yazz'n. In today's video I have for you guys is going to be my everyday makeup drawer for the month of August. Basically, I go through my makeup collection and I pick products that I want to play with for the next month and just refresh my everyday makeup drawer. So first I'm going to show you guys everything that I've been playing with for the past month, and then we're going to go ahead and take some items out, and then we're going to go ahead, hop into the makeup collection and pick some new goodies. So if you guys are interested in seeing what makeup I'm going to be playing with for the next month, then just go ahead and keep on watching. Alright, so this is what my everyday makeup drawer is looking like at the moment. It's a little bit of a mess. I'm sorry I did not clean up before you guys came over. But today we're going to be taking out things that I need to put back, and then we're going to be refreshing my everyday makeup drawer. If you guys haven't subscribed to my channel for a while, you will notice that things are a little bit different. I decided to move a couple of my skincare items in here. So like right over here, I have my everyday cream that I'm using. This is the Simple Skin Quench Sleeping Cream, and this is just like a gel moisturizer that I use every single morning. I also have my eye cream in here. This one is from Olay. This is the Ultimate Eye Cream. And then I also have my fan after I spray myself with facial mist. I also have my roller here, and over here nothing has changed here. I always keep my ColourPop Super Shock shadows in my collection. These are my favorite single shadows, so these always stay here. I always have my sponge that I'm using at the moment, a bobby pin, lovely, and then I also have another fan here. So let's go ahead and dive into the actual makeup. So in this drawer over here, I usually keep my chapstick. So at the moment I'm using this Carmex one, and I also have a brow pomade here. The one that is currently in my drawer is this LA Girl brow pomade. This one is really nice, and I feel like it's starting to dry out a little bit, so I do want to keep getting some more use out of it. It's a really good brow pomade, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep this in my everyday makeup drawer. I really like this one. And then I also have this EOS egg here that I use for my brows. If you guys want to see how I do my eyebrows, I will leave my brow tutorial linked in the iCard for you guys. I also have my eyelid primer that I'm using for eyeshadows. I de-potted one of the NYX jumbo eye sticks, and this is in the shade Milk, and I just put it in this container because I didn't like the actual like crayon stick form. I prefer like a pot like this, so I put it in this pot, and then I just have my sharpener here. So all of that is going to be staying the same, and right behind it I have my highlighter. So this one is in my current project pan. This one is from Hard Candy. I will leave my current project pan video in the iCard for you guys. This one is really pretty. I want to hit pan, so I'm going to be keeping this in my everyday makeup drawer. But I will be putting back this Makeup Revolution highlighter. This is one of their highlighter reloadeds, and this one is so pretty. I do have a few of these in my collection. I love these highlighters and Makeup Revolution in general, so I got a lot of use out of that one, so I will be putting that one back. And then another one I got a lot of use out of is this Too Faced one. This is their Fancy Pink Diamond. I got this as a free gift. This is what she looks like. It's very light and it gives a beautiful glow. I really like this highlighter, but I used it a lot. And right behind it I have a couple blush options that I've been using. So the first one here, this is the Milani Baked Blush, and this is the famous Luminoso. I absolutely love this. This is one of my favorite blushes. I will have my blush ranking video also linked in the iCard for you guys if you want to see my single blush collection and how I rank them from my favorite to least favorite. So this one is going back. I got a lot of use out of that one, and I definitely got a lot of use out of this one. This is the Cabana Boy from The Balm. This one is really pretty, and I just love the rosy tone in this blush. So this is also going to go back. And right over here we have some base products. Let me go ahead and zoom you guys in a little bit. All right, so I readjusted you guys and I zoomed you in a little bit. The makeup setting spray that I have been using is this one here. I got it from Ross. This is Beauty Evolved All Night Long Oil Control Setting Spray. I feel like they were trying to dupe the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. Let me tell you, they did not achieve it. This one was only a few bucks at Ross, and it came with this oil control one, and it also came with a dewy one. This is not my favorite. I don't like the scent of it, and I don't like that it doesn't really oil control. I do find myself at the end of the day very, very oily. So I am keeping this in my everyday makeup drawer because I want to use it up. So this is actually staying. And a foundation that I was using was this Wet n Wild. This is one of my favorites. This is the Photo Focus foundation, and I do have a video on my ranking of all of my foundations too that I will leave in the iCards for you guys. This is actually a little bit too light for me right now. It's in Golden Beige, but I did get a tan at the beach, so this needs to go back. Next product here is a primer. This is the Cover FX mattifying primer. This is actually in my current project pan. Like I said, I have that already linked in the iCard, so I'm trying to use this primer up, so I am keeping this in my drawer. The other primer that I was pairing it with was this Makeup Revolution pore primer. This primer is very good. It does blur out my pores, so I am going to put this back because I did get a lot of use out of this one. And the two concealers I definitely got a lot of use out of. This first one here, this is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. This one is really nice. This is one of my favorite concealers. And then I also have this one here from Maybelline. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and I did get a lot of use out of both of these, so these are both going back. And this foundation I have been loving recently. This is the Sonia Kashuk Photo Focus Satin Matte Foundation. It wasn't my favorite, but during the summer for some reason I've been gravitating towards it, and it's awesome because it's my shade. So this is actually going to stay in here because I don't have a lot of that foundation left, and it does match me with my tan. Right over here I have all of the random bits. I have my opened mascara. This is the Essence Lash Princess. Have my eyelash curler. The current brow gel that I'm using is this Essence Make Me Brow, so this is staying. And then I also just have like my black eyeliner, my tweezers, all that random stuff, so that's all gonna stay the same. And then right back here I have powders and a bronzer. So the powder that I have been using is this one here. This one is from Absolutely New York. This is the HD Flawless Setting Powder, and I don't have a lot of this product left, so I'm actually going to keep this in my everyday makeup drawer to try to use this guy up. So this is staying. I got this at TJ Maxx for maybe like $3. And then another powder here, if you guys can even tell that this is a powder, it's all crumbled up. This is the e.l.f. Prime and Stay Finishing Powder, and I had used it, hit pan, and then all that was left was the remaining powder on the outer rim. So then I started crushing it up. So whenever I want to use this to set my eyelid primer, I'll crush a little bit up and use a brush and set it that way. So that's how I'm trying to use up this product. So this will stay in here until this is completely gone. And then the bronzer that I was using the past month was from ABH. This is their powder bronzer in the shade Cappuccino. And here's what this bronzer looks like. It works really well because it's a little bit darker considering I have a tan. It worked really well for me, but I did get a lot of use out of this, so I am going to put it back in my makeup collection. And then if you guys even noticed right over here, let me shift you guys over. Right over here I just have some makeup wipes. These are from the Dollar Tree. This is just rose water and aloe facial wipes. These are going to stay. I try to keep baby wipes or cheap makeup wipes here just to remove any makeup, any fallout underneath my eyes, or any foundation on my hands, whatever it may be. And then I also have my Pan That palette that I've been working on what feels like for like 3 years. It's probably been a couple years by now, but one of the shades in here is in my project pan, so this is staying. This is the only palette that I have in my everyday makeup drawer because I have been choosing to not put any palettes in here. So if you guys have been subscribed to my channel and you have seen my past everyday makeup drawers, I usually pick like 3 to 4 palettes and I keep them in here. But because I moved like my skincare, like I have my facial mist over there and a couple other skincare sprays back there, because I moved some of my skincare products in here, I don't have room to put eyeshadow palettes, but also I don't want to limit myself to having to use the same 3 to 4 eyeshadow palettes that I picked within that entire month. So basically whenever I do my makeup, I pick a new eyeshadow palette every single time. So we won't be picking any eyeshadow palettes. I will be showing you a few that I've been meaning to gravitate towards is what I'm going to be doing since I'm not picking eyeshadow palettes. So that's just what I've decided, but everything else like the base products, I do use them for the month or however long I decide to keep these products in here. But my Pan That palette is definitely going to stay in here. So that is everything that is in this drawer. Let's go ahead and pick some new products to play with for this month. So this is what my first drawer looks like. Right over there, I just have some 4th of July tattoos that I was using with the kids. So that's just staying over there. And then I have fake lashes, which I rarely use. So let's focus more on this side. This basket here is brow products, but I already have the pomade that I'm using and my brow gel that I already have picked out. This is just eyeliners. I come in here whenever I want a colored eyeliner or if I need a new black one. So this usually stays the same as well. And then right over here, this red basket is just colorful liquid eyeliner. So the only thing we're really picking from this drawer is concealer. So let me go ahead and zoom you in and we'll pick a couple. Alrighty, so I did just try this for the first time in a get ready with me. I was doing a playing with makeup, which is a series I have on my channel. I don't know if that video will be up yet or if it's coming after this video. If not, don't forget to subscribe to my channel because that will be coming very soon. So I did use this Urban Decay concealer. I am gonna go ahead and pull this concealer out because it was the first time I was using it in that video, so I want to continue to try using this. And then another concealer that I'll probably pick out is this Makeup Revolution one. This one one is one of my favorites. This Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. I absolutely love this concealer. Like I said, I love pretty much everything I've tried from Makeup Revolution so far. So this will be the other concealer that I pull in for this month. Alrighty, this is my second drawer. As you guys can see, I have all of my facial sprays, my setting sprays lined up over here. I do have that one from Beauty Evolved that I'm trying to use up, but we will go ahead and pick a primer out to go with that Cover FX one. So here are all my primers. I have one from Essence here. I have one from Urban Decay that was also used in that video I was talking about, and I have some from Makeup Revolution. So the Cover FX one is more of like a silicone-y, like smoothing primer. So I'm thinking maybe of doing like a pore filling primer. I feel like I haven't given a lot of love to my e.l.f. matte putty primer. So I actually think I'm gonna go ahead and use this one. Let me go ahead and open it up for you guys. It's just a basic white primer and it's like a putty consistency. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this one in. I know they have a few of them now. I think they have like 3 different renditions of this putty primer, but I just have the matte putty one. So this will be the primer that I use for the next month along with that Cover FX one. So this is the third drawer in my IKEA set that I store all of my makeup in. Right over there I have a bunch of different powders. I absolutely love testing out loose powders. So because I have that Absolute New York one, I'm not going to be picking any of my loose powders. So this will stay the same. I do have a video of me ranking my loose powders as well. I'm trying to do most of my makeup collection, so I will have that one linked in the iCard for you guys. So I will be recommending loose powders for oily skin. That's my skin type, so I won't be picking any of those, but let's dive into some foundation over here. So here's pretty much all of my foundations. I do have a few that definitely don't match me because I did get a tan when I was at the beach. Like this one here, this one is one of my favorites. It's the Cushion foundation from Wet n Wild, which they discontinued. Lovely. It's one of my favorites, but it's a little bit too light for me. So one that probably matches me at the moment would be this one here. This is the Believe Beauty Skin Finish Foundation. This may match me at the moment. So if this doesn't match me, I'm gonna go ahead and add in these AOA Studio. This is like a buildable satin foundation, but to me it's just like a mixer and it's a little bit dark for me. So if this Believe Beauty foundation is too light for me, I'll just mix it in with the AOA foundation and hopefully I'll be able to get a good shade match. So I'm gonna add both of these in my everyday makeup drawer. All right, y'all, this is my fourth drawer. This is blush, highlight, and bronzer, and then I do have some eye glitters over here along the side, and we need to pick a little bit of everything here. So let's go ahead and let's start with highlight. So here are my highlighters along this section. So I have some from Maybelline, I have some from Makeup Revolution, I have some from Wet n Wild, Ofra, Physicians Formula. So I do feel like I need to pick one kind of on the tanner side, like the golden family. So let me see if there's any in here that I want to use. I think maybe there's not any here that is screaming out. I'm thinking maybe I'll pull out a highlighter palette. So we can look in the face palette drawer next and we can pick something out for highlighters. So let's look at some bronzer and some blush. So back there is where I have all of my bronzers. So I haven't used this one in a very long time. This one I picked up from TJ Maxx. This is the BC Super Glow Bronzer. This thing is gigantic and I think this will work really well for me at the moment. So I'm going to pick this bronzer. And then this area is all of my blushes. And let's see which one I want to use for the next month. I have some e.l.f. here. I have a couple Tarte ones. I think I'm going to go ahead and pull out my Revlon blushes. These Revlon blushes are awesome. So I have them in Melon Drama and I also have it in the shade Racy Rose. I hit pan on both of these. These are awesome blushes. So I'm going to pull these two in for this month. And now let's go ahead and we'll go into the next drawer, which is actually lip products. And then we'll go ahead and pick face palettes. That way we can get some highlight in our drawer for this month. Alrighty, so this is my lip drawer and I always forget to show you guys my container that I keep on my desk with all of the lip products. So I do have a little sample here from Kat Von D. This is in the shade Lolita. This is in my project pan, so this is staying in here. I did use this liquid lipstick. This is the Melted Matte liquid lipstick and this is in the shade Hot Toddy. I got this during the holidays, so I used this liquid lipstick, so that's gonna go back. I did not use this lip gloss here. This one is from Manna Kadar. This is a very pretty rosy tone and and it is in the shade Rosette, so that is going to stay. I also did not use this NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream. This is in the shade Amsterdam, so this is going to stay in here. But I did use this NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream, and this is in the shade Athens, so I did use that one, so that's going to go back. I didn't use this Buxom lip gloss or this Too Faced Melted Latex one, so that is all going to stay in here. So I am going to pick a few out. I need definitely some nude shades. That's what I usually gravitate towards, are the nudes, and because I have 2 lip glosses in that thing, I'm not going to pick another lip gloss. So let's go ahead and pick out some nudes. Usually I gravitate towards over here, which is like ColourPop, but I always use my ColourPop nudes. So let's see, this is all lip glosses, so we're not touching that. And here I have some liquid lipsticks from Kat Von D, have some other random brands in here, Sephora brand. Oh, I have this one here, this Kat Von D liquid lipstick. This is in the shade Bow and Arrow. I'll go ahead and pull this one out, and then let's see if I have any Too Faced ones that are nude that I can use. Oh, there's a random Buxom one in here. I'll go ahead and pull this one out. This is into Centerfold. This is a mini Buxom, like one of their liquid lipsticks. So I'll go ahead and pull that one out. So I'm going to leave this section alone. So we did pick out that Buxom and that Kat Von D nude shade. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep it at that. So let's move into some face palettes. This is my face palette drawer. I am going to be ranking all of my face palettes from my favorite to my least favorite. So definitely stay tuned for that one. Over there in that little container, I just have a couple of my liquid highlighters that I rarely use. I use them during the summer as body highlight, so those just stay in there until I need it. So let's go ahead and pick out a palette. One would be great if it had highlighter and blush in it. So I have some from Sleek, I have some from Pure, Elf, Beauty Gems. Ooh, I haven't used this one in a hot minute. This one is a Giganto. This is the Makeup Revolution Pro HD Amplified palette. Let me go ahead and open this for you. And this one has blush and it has highlight in it. So this is a dream come true. I absolutely love this palette. I think it was like a dupe for an Ofra one, and this one is really, really nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this palette. I haven't used it in a very long time. So this will be in my everyday makeup drawer for this month. And now I'm gonna show you guys the eyeshadow palettes that I want to try to use for this month. But like I said, I'm not putting them in my everyday makeup drawer because I don't want to pressure myself to have to use them. So this IKEA drawer is where I keep my eyeshadows. The top 3 drawers are eyeshadow palettes. Down here I have my larger ones, my medium-sized palettes, and then my smaller palettes are up here. So let's go drawer by drawer. So here's what this first drawer looks like. I have some ColourPop ones over here, some Elf, I have some Pure back here, all of my Elf ones. This Elf Bite Size Quad, this is the Mint Melt one. I haven't yet tested this. I only swatched it, so my goal would definitely be to try to use this palette for this month. So this one was really, really pretty when I did swatch it. So I want to try to use this palette for this month. And what other one? This is from Lilo and Stitch from Box Lunch. This one is really pretty. It reminds me of ColourPop. This is what this palette looks like. Super, super pretty. I just feel like the shadows that I did use when I did use this palette maybe were just a little bit lackluster, or the mattes were just a little bit patchy. But I swatched a few more shades and I thought it was really, really good quality. So I want to probably pick this up this month. I think that's it for this drawer. And this is my medium sized drawer. So I have a lot of these like size like palettes. Have some from Morphe, some ABH ones here, and I've been loving the Honey palette. This palette back here, this one is from Color Story. This is a Born to Be a Unicorn palette, and I actually only use this a handful of times. Here's what this Color Story looks like. It has like a blush, a bronzer, and a highlight, and the Color Story is all right. I think the shades are really good, but I just haven't gravitated towards it. So maybe I would try to use this one for this month because I haven't shown too much love to it. Hopefully I would be able to use this within the next month. And last but not least, I have my larger palettes. I have this one here from Profusion and Starlit. This one is a really good one. And over here I have some from Juvia's Place and Tarte. And I haven't given a lot of love to my Jaclyn Hill palettes, like either of them. So I have the original one. Here's what she looks like. I feel like I haven't given too much love to this one. This one will be really good in the fall time because of all the warm tones. And then this is her volume 2. This one I should probably use this month because it has these bright bright purples, these bright pinks. Does have some warmer tones over here, those yellows over there. This one I definitely need to pick up this month for sure. I need to go ahead and use that one. And then also back there I just have another Morphe one, and then I have one here from Urban Decay. This one was one of my first high-end palettes. This is the Tartelette palette, and I haven't picked this up in a hot minute. It has some beautiful mauves in it, so I really need to pick this one up as well. This one has beautiful shades in it. So those are just a few ideas for myself and obviously to show you guys. So I just pick a new palette every single time I do my makeup. Those are just a few ones that I'm giving myself a mental note to try to use those for this month. So that's all for picking out all of the makeup. Let me go ahead and put everything in the drawer, and I'll show you guys what my everyday makeup drawer is looking like for the month of August. So here's what my everyday makeup drawer is looking like for the month of August. I always keep my base products here in the middle, my concealers, my foundations. I did put my primer over here with my face powder. I have this gigantic Makeup Revolution highlighter palette on top of my Pan That palette, so that little one is right underneath. And then I have my bronzer back here. That took up a whole section. I put my blush with my Project Pan highlight, and everything pretty much remained the same. And then this with all of the lip products that I picked always stays on my desk, so that's just gonna go ahead and go back where it was. So this is what it looks like for the month of August, and I can't wait to play with these products. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you aren't already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and click that red button down below, and right next to it there's a little bell that you can click on to get notified when I upload new videos. And if you aren't already following me on social media, I will have my Snapchat and my Instagram listed down below, and there is an entire playlist of my everyday makeup drawers that I will go ahead and leave in the iCards for you guys. Hope you're all doing well and have a great day.